Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Good morning, KLAX C1. Thank you for being here. Sonia Unstoppable, bright and early. Thank you for being here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Shout out to everybody going out to work this morning. Shout out to everybody coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to, I forgot this one. I thought about this one this morning. Shout out to the married couples who are working through it and sticking together. Them kind of thing, that because the union of marriage is something that's very important, significant cornerstone, right? Shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-hearted person out there who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. You're a good person. Shout out to you. Manners and respect, everybody, and thank you for being here this morning. With no further delay, we're going to get right into the show. Jamaican duo, thank you for being here. Lola Lewis, good morning. Good morning, good morning to you and the family. Keep up the good work. Bless up everyone. That is from Lola Lewis. All right, big up on yourself and thank you for being here. Let me see, Kimberly Wilson is here. Sash, good morning, Sash. Master Wayne, Gaza World. Oh, all right, manners and respect. Big up on yourself. We're going to get the show started this morning. So we're going to talk about a couple of things this morning, like the green light law out of New York. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a live WhatsApp call that I got yesterday from a sister who had her face punch up, beat up, don't look too good. We're going to talk about that. Daily Mail let out that 57 people were supposed to be deported from the UK to Jamaica. Yesterday, that plane should have landed. Instead of 57, they were able to save a lot of them because only 13 of them got deported. So we're going to talk about all that as well. All right. Thank you for being here, people. Come on in. Make yourself at home for at least the next hour. This is Morning Thoughts at SoFlo TV. And this is how we do it. 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Monday to Friday. You don't know. All right. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you have never subscribed to this channel before. A lot of people watch and don't subscribe. And then 2 years later, they show up to send me a letter or a little note. I said, SoFlo, I never subscribed to this channel before, but I've watched you for years. Well, you're not helping me if you're not subscribing. It's the numbers that count. So if you see this as anything valuable or entertaining or interesting, then just click the little subscribe, click the little subscribe button, man, and make me work on the thing. All right, so straight out of Daily Mail. This is how we are going to start out this morning. Oh, this. Big Bro Heavyweight. Big Bro Heavyweight, manners and respect, and thank you. Big Bro Heavyweight just dropped a donation. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. All right, so first, let's start off with the flight out of the UK. You know, they had 57 people, and they were very evasive about how many people it was. But they had 57 people lined up to be deported to Jamaica. This is nothing new now because these deportee flights are coming in pretty regular, so we're used to them by now. 57 was supposed to go off yesterday. Instead of that 57, what happened was people took to the streets, people took to social media, people voiced their outrage at this process. A lot of people are saying it is racially motivated, some racism, something this. And we've talked about how these are tactics that are designed to destabilize certain places and keep certain places in servitude. And it's done in a certain way. I've even asked you guys before, do you ever see when they're doing like these ICE raids or these deportation flights, do you ever see them deporting like Ukrainian and white Anglo-Saxon people, white Protestant Anglo-Saxon white people? Do you ever see them deporting a group of these people, running into these people's neighborhood? It's a question that I have to ask because I don't see it. So anyhow, the flight yesterday again, 57 was supposed to go, only 13 went. Here's what was printed though in the Daily Mail out of the UK. So Although some people might say the Daily Mail, they're racist too and whatever, they still bring the news. And it is our link to what is going on. So we can put the pieces together and make a full picture. All right. So we go off something that is credible. Okay. Labor lawyer and Louis block bid to deport rapists. That's their headline. They blocked a bid to deport rapists, murderers, and sex criminals. They were among 23 crooks that were spared from boarding the flight to Jamaica at the last minute. And I'm sure the people them face, I don't know if this is say intimidation tactic or what, but they show the people's face and they show the faces of all the celebrities who signed their name to this, block this thing. They weren't for it. So if you go look it up, you can actually see them show the people them face. And later on, I'm going to be doing a full story on a couple of these individuals. Okay. So you can see Naomi Campbell is right there to my right, and a bunch of other people. They describe who they are, they tell who they are, and they show a couple of faces. So later on, I'm going to do a full story explaining who these people are. The ones that were deported, what were their crimes, how long they spent in prison, so on. But them give you a little touch right here. For instance, one says Michael Antonio White, he was convicted of murder and he was taken off the flight. So he was not deported. He was sentenced to life in prison after shooting his victim 6 times in a drug deal. He got saved from being deported. In all, 23 criminals submitted appeals, which led to them avoiding deportation. So 23 criminals submitted appeals, which led to them avoiding deportation. And then there was also that agreement that anybody who came to the UK 12 years and younger will not be boarding that flight, because people have been voicing their concerns about that as well. How do you take somebody that has been living somewhere else for 20, 30 years? Because a lot of these people who they took off the flight for the age thing, they were there below 12, 11, 10. So you imagine leaving Jamaica at 11, 10 years old, right? And now that you are 35 to 45, you're being deported back and you've never been there. Your grandmother dead, grandfather dead and gone on both sides. The rest of your family don't even live there anymore. You don't know nobody there, right? And they just drop you off. Mind you, they've never been back, not even for a vacation, a short stay or anything. So that in a sense, that in itself was seen as inhumane. However, the UK is looking at it like this. The people who committed violent crimes, what they're trying to do is get them out of the country so that the victims who live in the country can have some kind of peace. Like if you stabbed me up 17 times, seeing, and then they deported you to another country, at least I have some peace of mind saying, okay, I don't have to worry about bumping into you in the streets again, because I know that you're in Jamaica, you're not here in the UK, you might come for me again. That's where they were arguing this from. Anyhow, now in his 50s, he was sentenced to life in prison after shooting his victims 6 times in a drug deal gone wrong. In all, 23 serious criminals submitted last-minute appeals, including human rights claims, which led to them avoiding deportation to Jamaica yesterday. They had been sentenced to a combined 156 years in prison, and a lot of them had served extensive time in prison. They show the people them pictures and everything. So, and I'm showing you these because the last time I did a story, I was actually trying to help a brother they were looking at deporting from the UK. And this brother took it the wrong way because people in the comment section on SoFlo TV were very cruel towards him, right? And he took it out on me because he was like, you're not doing anything you're gaslighting, bro. You're gaslighting. That's what he said. Him call me. And I said, call me so we can talk, because my intentions were good for you. But him take it the wrong way. So I had to tell him that, look, I'm not the only person that carried the story. And I had to give him all the links of all the other places like Daily Mail, UK, so the face them there. Daily Mail UK, which is way bigger than SoFlo TV is, he still wanted me to take it down. He still wanted me to take it down. He said, I don't care what you show me, still take it down. I don't want, it could be hurtful for me. All those comments in the comment section that were saying he's a criminal, make him stay there. Now, mind you, this youth didn't commit no real crime. I think he he had a ticket on him. He did pay to get on the train. However, when they confronted him on the train, asked him for his ticket or something, he didn't have one on him. So they said he boarded the vehicle illegally. And based on that, now they pulled him in, and then seeing that he wasn't born there and a bunch of something around it. But anyway, I was trying to help him. And he started acting as if I was the one that went and dig up him picture somewhere and is exposing him and take my picture down. I don't want it. I don't like it. I said, all right, no disrespect. Take it down. See? So, Knife Man Fitzroy Daly, he was deported yesterday. Remember, I know me put up in picture. This is them put the picture up. Knife Man Fitzroy Daly, he was deported yesterday. Okay? And like I said, I'm going to do some stories on a couple of these people that just came off that flight so you understand who it was, what they did, and all this other stuff. 10 months after he managed to avoid being removed from the UK earlier. So he was supposed to be on another flight, and he beat that other flight. And yesterday, they said, no more appeal for you, no more anything for you. You're going, regardless of what. And he was on the flight yesterday, and he landed in Jamaica. All right. Daly was jailed for 10 years prior after stabbing a man to death in a row outside of a pub. The Old Bailey was shown CCTV footage. So they had real lifetime CCTV footage of Daly attacking Eric Paul, who was 50 years old at the time. From behind, he attacked him as he walked away from a minor scuffle. This was in East London, and this happened just before Christmas in 2012. So as the courts put it, as the CCTV footage put it, the men got into a minor scuffle. Minor scuffle, you know, two-man fight, but they call it minor scuffle. The guy he was fighting with walked away, right? So he was supposed to walk away too, I guess, but you know how fight goes. So as the guy went to walk away and was walking away, he ran up, he pulled out a knife, ran up on him, stabbed up the man, and that is what that person ended up dying. The court heard Mr. Paul was stabbed several times with a 6-inch kitchen knife. The jury acquitted Daly back then when he was 36 years old. The jury acquitted him back then of murder but found him guilty of manslaughter. So Detective Inspector Anthony Manning said that Fitzroy Daly used brutal violence to settle what was essentially a minor dispute. The scuffle was over. Both men were going their ways. Daly just couldn't take the loss. So he pulled out a knife, ran down back on the man. The man didn't even see him coming, jumped on his back, stabbed him up, right? He was initially due to be deported to Jamaica in February of this year, but it was blocked by some last-minute legal challenges. Now, the legal challenges, if you don't remember, one of them, and the big one, was that where they were located, where they were being held, the telephone signals had blocked out. And under British law, these people have the right, while in custody, to reach out by phone. They should be provided working phones. This is the law, that they can reach out to legal counsel. See? So the time they were locked up there, most of the time the phones weren't working. So lawyers stepped in and activists stepped in and said, hey, you had them locked up and they had no contact to legal counsel because your phones were jammed up. So they had to let him stay. And they let him stay, and he did his legal thing, and it failed, and he was on that flight yesterday. Now, Paul Bingham and Ricardo Forbes, another two, and they show them picture. May I show the picture of them because I don't want people saying SoFlo TV, go dig them up. See that? That's Mr. Bingham. All right, and this is Paul Bingham. And he was deported also. Murderer Paul Bingham, 49 years old, and Ricardo Forbes, who are 52. they were also on the flight nearly 18 years after being jointly convicted of brutal killing. So you have to understand now, right? We have to put in context how these killings happen, but how the people, them lifestyle that led up to these killings. Then these people have done extensive time in prison, and now they are let back into Jamaica, just drop them so, right? So this is the row. This is where people are saying, hey man, these are your criminals. They've been there since they were way young. Man are 49 and 50 now, and you're trying to send them back to us after murder and hard prison time, and they're going to go from these institutions right into Jamaican society. All right. Somebody says, where on the island can JA put them? Rising Phoenix said England is generous. So they were jointly convicted of a brutal killing some 18 years ago. And now they're, so the career criminals, they call it, they are in the system as career criminals. The career criminals were both handed life sentences for shooting a crack cocaine dealer, Harrington Jack, at point blank range. The pair went to his flat in North London to try to steal his drugs in 2002. They ordered him to turn out his pockets, and then they shot him in the chest when he refused. He refused the shakedown. They used the same silver, now listen to this, they used the same silver Brokaw air gun, an air gun, you know, which had been modified to shoot real bullets. They used that same gun to threaten customers when they were robbing a string of bookmakers. Birmingham tied up the manager in a Berkshire betting shop, and his wife also tied her up before robbing them of £3,100. Weeks later, they robbed A. William Hill in South London, Birmingham, and was linked to a raid by DNA on a half-eaten Snicker bar that was left at the scene. Michael White, murderer Michael Antonio White, another one. He avoided deportation yesterday after a last-minute appeal by his lawyers. He and the compliance Hopetoun Alexander Pink received life sentences at London's Kingston Court in 2003. Now, these people have been given life sentences. Man get life sentence 18 years ago. 18 years ago, life sentence. And you took him from a prison to a detention holding center after 18 years of prison. I don't care how good your mind is. If you're not one of the kind of people to work hard at bettering yourself, and many don't, 18 years in a prison, hardcore prison for murder, and then you get brought to a holding facility, and then from there, you're just deported on a plane. Never. Obviously, England thinks that these people are too dangerous to be let back into their society, right? That's why they brought them from the prison to the holding facility and then want to send them into Jamaica. So obviously, England thinks they're dangerous. They did 18 years. They've probably been monitoring them for 18 years like they do all prisoners. What's your rap sheet behind bars? Because you know, behind bars, man, some man turn up, they got to fight to survive. Other people go in there and they turn Muslim. Other people go in there, find religion, they find faith. Some people go in there and turn gangster, bigger gangster, right? We don't know what they're sending us back. And remember the plan that I wrote out and posted for the Jamaican government? Like, one of the things that they would need to do is to have these people, nobody who is someone who committed murder overseas, did hard prison time overseas, should never be allowed to just walk back into society just like that. I think they and a lot of people came down hard on me for that, because they must say, yo, how are you, man? Look, man, lock up for 18 years. I'm already paying debt to society. He's free now. Let him go. He didn't do nothing wrong in Jamaica. I understand that. But what I am talking about is not really a prison. It should be a receiving center. And at this receiving center is where they should process these people out. Okay, you, Mr. Smith, you went over there and all you did was overstay your visa, and because you ran off and you were trying to make good and it didn't work out, you never have no criminal anything. So after we done process you with all the full blood work to find out if you have anything, who's coming back HIV positive, who's coming back, and after we go through your medical records now to find out if there is one, because if they're coming from a prison institution, there should be a medical record. So I'm gonna find out now if did you have mental issues, are you on psych medication, so we have a good idea of who we are about to let into our society. Not true? From there, we would say the ones who didn't commit no crime, whatever, them can go home at them yard, go reunite with your family. In the meantime, though, for those who have nowhere to go, some of that money that I heard is exchanging hands between governments for them to take these people. Take that money there, and in the same facility, in the same secured facility, have programs that integrate them back into society. From basic program like how the laws and the rules work here in Jamaica, to acclimatizing them to local language, slangs even, so they know how to get around and how to articulate themselves and be understood, so on and so forth. Then you can have work programs in there. You're coming back, you don't have no skills, whatever. All right. We have barbering, so you can go take up barbering, you can become a barber. Some kind of gainful employment. You can go take up woodwork at the woodwork shop over there. You're going to give them some apprenticeship training, something, right? And a transitional housing. Transitional housing, that means you don't just kick them out. Man come back and don't have nobody. You kicking him out to what exactly? I've already proven to you that I could kill, right? I just did 18. Y'all kick me out to what? If I go up on the street, go do what? I kill me, I come kill people for survive about. You think I'm gonna come down here and just lay down and dead? It's not gonna happen. And that y'all go here, So you have to find this transitional thing for them. We laid this out on SoFlo TV. A lot of these topics is like repetitive for me because I've done almost 3,000 videos on YouTube now. So sometimes I feel like I'm beating something that I did before, but then it's important. But I laid this out in writing, this plan, and I presented this plan, and it was ignored. But that transitional period is needed because people like these, and listen, if this man is watching this, and probably somewhere else I watch you eat up, boy, SoFlo just load up my thing and all this. Brother, you load up already. You're up on front page in the UK, load up. I'm using this as a discussion point. See? And I'm advocating for people like you who are coming back and they're just going to fling you back in a one part, round a one corner, around there, so, and expect you to just survive. Don't get involved in any crime. Don't do nothing out the way. Just get yourself together and survive. With what? With what? Don't know where his next meal is coming from. Don't have no gainful employment. Don't have no steady place to lay their head. Survive how? There's a lot of gangs, and these gangs need what we call live wires. They need shotters, them need killers, them need shooters, them need people who can do the dirty work, and these people are considered expendable. So when them come in, you actually have people on the outside that's already doing the mathematics like I'm doing the mathematics. You understand? And them are freedom. Yeah, we want him. So when them come, just press up, see? And man, no have nowhere to go, no food to eat, nothing. And somebody is offering me what? I could drive around in a nice car, I could eat good food. Yeah, me have to just do this and this. And when boss say move, me move, nothing, hot stepping. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. And this in itself has been a tactic that they have used over a long period of time now to destabilize Jamaica. All right. Enough of them criminals here are used to a more sophisticated system as well. Let's talk about that. They're used to a more sophisticated system. For instance, the one that got linked to the murder, he was at the crime scene. Not only was his figure on CCTV, but his DNA was on a half-eaten Snicker bar. You see how intricate their thing is? right, and highly advanced. So they're used to a more advanced system. So don't be surprised when you see a lot of stuff going in a Jamaica and we're saying, but how come they never get caught or they're not catching enough? The murder rate compared to those who are caught in Jamaica is mind-boggling. So don't be surprised as to how they're pulling all these things off. They're already schooled under a more sophisticated system. So when them reach Jamaica and they're saying, Ross, them don't even have a DNA database established here. I could run wild in this place. Yeah. Might be a Monday. By Wednesday, Clarendon. By Friday, Portmore. By Saturday, yes sir, that's sir, and all over the island and just run it red, and they can't keep up with them because they are already schooled to a more sophisticated system. So along with that plan, I also put in there that they needed to track these people for a certain amount of time after you have come in. You should be under surveillance. You have to show up every month or every 2 weeks or whatever they want to deem follow up. So we know how you're doing. And then we have to have a steady address for you. So we can pass by unannounced and look in. Now, if we hear your name, I call out a road, you know, say so and so just come back the other day, and him a hot up the place, you know, and just kill so and so over there, so, and him link with so and so gang, then we could have our ear to the ground already, and we could know. But they just lose track of these people when they come in. Oh, you 18 years murder, yeah, okay. Long time in a prison, that you know. Long time in a prison, that you know. Welcome home, go on. Go on where? Come live next door to me? And then start pre-me, yeah, you know, I so flow that you know, so I'm just flying yesterday. Boy, they probably have some money, but go over there. No, track these people. Track them. I'm not saying that everyone has that intention when they come back, but the possibilities, given the condition in which, given, I don't know why my thing is sticking, but the possibilities. I'm not saying that everyone who is coming in who has had a criminal past has these intentions, but the possibilities, we can't leave it up to just good faith. See? The possibilities, given the conditions you're putting these people back in. Man, don't tell you already, I don't have nobody there. Nobody, no living relative. Why you sending me there? You still send them go there anyways. They coming in angry. They coming in afraid. And you know how people act when they are fighting for survival. When you're in survival mode, you know, you do things. Now, if we live in a survival mode at one point in our life, see? So you're out of survival mode now and you're comfortable. Now, imagine that 100 times more. You put these people in survival mode and that's all they have, all kind of craziness are going to go on, right? Not a good look for Jamaica. I won't read anymore, but I can tell you, we're going to switch topics in a minute, but I can tell you that where I got the thing, and it's from the Daily Mail. So go check out the Daily Mail. You can see all the stories, backstories. Well, not all of them, because I'm going to cover some that are not here. But you can see some of the stories, the reason why these people were deported. And this is also a shout out to the people who say, "We not going to like anybody on the plane a killer." Them people that say that stuff just to scare us and to make us look bad when they're deporting us. But we say, when you got people country, put your best foot forward. Yes, some of our citizens haven't put their best foot forward, but a lot of these people learned their badness from in the UK. Them left Jamaica good. Them never learned no badness in Jamaica. They were children when they got to you. You molded them, whether you like it or not, UK. Your society molded them into what they are. So handle that. Take that responsibility there. Don't send them back, come give we. No, and they don't want to come back either. So this is definitely in their defense. Now, moving right along. I don't know if you had any relatives on any of these flights, or I don't know how you feel about the flight. Should they all have gone? Should some of them have been saved? Are you a hardline person? You said deport the whole of them, because you know somehow when we reach foreign, we feel like it's for us only. One thing me don't like though is seeing other Jamaican people shame me. I take it personal. Shame me, because me done put my flag everywhere, tattoo it on my skin, put it on my wall, wear it on my clothes, you know. So when people come up to me and they're judging me off of you, then me just like some of my people come do big, progressive, productive things. All right. And that's all I'm looking for. Not just Jamaican, Caribbean people on a whole, because they judge all of us a lot of the times with the same stroke of that one brush. See? So it's not even just Jamaican, it's the whole Caribbean family, even though Jamaica lead the way. We are the biggest number, actually, I think we're the biggest number of immigrants, definitely the biggest number of Caribbean immigrants in prison in Canada. So that should tell you a lot. See? And we have enough of we here in the US in prison, and we have enough in the UK in prison for some of the most heinous crimes. There was one that I was reading. This man was just a real rapist, period. Him just used to drive around, pick up girls, draw them away and go rape them and stuff like that. So one of them he held for like 2 days. And he was so brave at what he did. And this is in the UK, but at Jamaica I come from. One of them, he held her for 2 days. The next one him hold her for a whole weekend, 4 days, 5 days or something like that. And then he did all these things to these girls and then let them go. And the girl was one of the girls was giving an interview talking about how his mindset is like he was calling her baby and dressing her up and all this kind of thing, like some crazy movie type thing. And these are the kind of people, obviously this person has issues, right? If you can just snatch somebody off the street, some of them was underage, carry them, go dress them up in a house, and I'm gonna keep you for a couple of days and have your way with them and then let them out. Like, let them out under the threat that if they tell, they're dead. So there are probably victims out there who never came forward, just had a bad weekend and can't talk about it. Anyhow, so X that off the list and we're gonna move on. How's everybody doing this morning? I hope you're feeling all right. I hope you woke up and was able to look in the mirror at yourself. I was in the mirror this morning. I was in the bathroom this morning, not in the mirror. I was in the bathroom this morning. I do my 1-2s, you know, clean my face, make sure so when I come talk to you, booger hang out on my nose and them thing there, and getting ready. And I actually stopped and I looked in the mirror and I was like, yeah, you're going good. I'm proud of you. So, you know, and I'm happy. So I was like, I wonder if anybody else is feeling this way. So I asked that question this morning. Were you able to look in the mirror this morning and like what you saw? Be pleased with what you saw? Because you know, when the lights and the camera and everything goes off, you still have you, right? And that's why I always tell people, you can lie all you want to. Lie for social media, lie to my face, lie everywhere. But you, when everything goes off, you are stuck with you. So can you genuinely look in the mirror and say, yeah, I'm feeling good about myself? Not in a narcissistic way either. Because I know you have some narcissistic people who do vile things on a daily basis, but can actually look in the mirror and say, yeah, I'm proud of you, I'm proud of you, go on. No, I'm not talking about that. See? Our Father, kingdom, power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. So let it be. Amen. I am great, Valerie says. Darlene Walter Riley says, actually, home this morning in bed, usually at work listening to this show. Enjoy your time in bed. Rest is very important. I got 2 good nights of sleep and I am so bright. Like, I feel light, right? I don't feel bogged down mentally. So rest is very important. Take care of yourself, yes? And thank you so much for tuning in, even from the bed. That's manners and respect right there. All right? So Suzette says, life is not easy, but we have to be strong. Yes, definitely. I know every day, and that's life still. You know, that's why you have to be a warrior in life. You have to make up your mind to survive. I'm going to survive. You have to do these positive affirmations on a daily. We haven't talked about that in a while, right? We have to do these positive affirmations on a daily basis. So you have to tell yourself, I'm going to be all right. It's rough right now, but I'm going to be all right. I can see myself through this. Might have to pray about it really hard. Might have to, wherever you draw your strength from. See, because every time I say pray about it, people jump in and talk about God no real and all that. I don't want to hear you. You have to go into your place of strength. but I'm going to be all right. I'm going to make it. Okay. I'm here to survive and I'm going to survive. See, you have to have that mindset set up in life. If you don't, then you'll end up giving up on yourself and you'll end up doing things that 10 years down the line, when you're here looking back, you're totally ashamed. See? So make up your mind for survive. And it's rough, but we'll make it through it. And another thing about life is this: you have to be able to take the good with the bad. And you have to remember to always be thankful, because your bad, a lot of the times, is somebody not so bad, because your bad light. Somebody I got through some wicked bad. You understand? So there's levels to the thing as well. And you might be one of them going through the wicked bad. Still find a way to give thanks. Still find a way to be upful in your spirit. Still find a way to motivate yourself to get up and be good today and to move forward. Put a foot forward today. Dane Jordan says, keep it up with a contribution. Thank you so much. I appreciate you greatly, family. All right. Somebody says it rough to rotted. Winston Gale. Boy, so I got some time here, sir. So I got some time. It really get rough sometime, and we just have to soldier through it, you know? Soldier through it. That's why you have to strong up in your faith. That's why you have to, and don't make nobody deter you and tell you nothing else. You understand? Have that, develop and establish that personal relationship with the Creator and get that source of strength. You know, if it be from up there, so some people look up into the sky for them God, some people look internally because the force is within you, seeing? But wherever you get it from, you have to be that kind of a person. And that's what it is. It's rough for some of it right now. It's rough for some of it right now. And a lot of people have it really good right now, so they don't think about others. Seeing? I'm not one of them kind of people there. I like to think of others, especially when I'm having it really good. When I'm having it really good in life, I actually stop to really think of others. I wonder how. Damn. If I could give. But then I would end up giving everything I have. I end up being just like them. You see what I say? So it's a battle, man, and this is life. But we're there for fight, right? And we're here to motivate each other as well, uplift each other as well, whether in spirit or in prayer and just a good comment or something like that. We are more connected than you really know. All right? So we're going off for the 13 deportees instead of 57. So Jamaica did get a deportee load yesterday. We talked that one to death. We're going to move on now to what is called the green light law. I'm saving this WhatsApp call for later. That's how we're going to end the show. Come get a call yesterday, and I don't ever do WhatsApp calls because I don't know you. So why are we going FaceTime? But I answered one yesterday. I'm going to talk about that. Some on the man. Anyhow, the green light law. So the green light law in New York is, shout out to my people tuning in from New York. Somehow you know thing not too treat, but you know I work on it, and you're dodging and staying below the radar and them thing that we know how it go. Right? We're not gonna sit here and act like send him back, don't come here. I'm an activist for. We know how the thing's set up already. All right. Look, I want to say don't get catch, but here we are, the green light law. So the green light law now, Cuomo brought the green light law out. And he tried to champion it. Cuomo is a guy that I kind of like. This is the governor of New York, right? I kind of like him because remember the story I did about the Jamaican guy that did all those years in prison, reformed himself, got an associate's degree, a bachelor's degree, a master's degree. He's doing great things. And after serving his entire sentence, he from 19 years old, and now he is pushing up to 50. Just come out not too long ago. Cuomo actually pardoned him. Cuomo said, quote unquote, don't really quote it, but I saw it got something like that. He said, if our system is about rehabilitation, and then this is like a prime example of rehabilitation right here. And he used this brother as an example, a Jamaican brother. Go watch his story. I put it up a couple of days ago. This is a prime example of rehabilitation right here. It wouldn't be right for me to take this prime example of rehabilitation and then punish him further, deport him, throw him out of the country, when he could be of such great asset here, right? He's walked the walk, he's talked the talk, he's lived the life. he has been on that journey, and he can definitely, and he has definitely been, because the brother come establish some he has established entities that are now responsible for large groups of people in the system and outside of the system, steering them in the right direction in life, and so on. So he's given back. Cuomo pardoned him. So me like Andrew Cuomo from that time there, right? Then this whole green light thing. The green light thing, a lot of people were against it, especially during the election time, because it was used and politicized as Democrats want to give illegal immigrants green cards, not green cards. They want to let them in so they could take over everybody's job and whatever, and they want to give them driver's license. The green light thing was about driver's license. So yesterday, in Jamaica, the papers Gleaner and the Observer printed this story about, but their headline was that Caribbean immigrants can now get driver's license in New York. The deal went through. It is now into law. They can now get their driver's license in New York. It was fought back for a long time. It has prevailed. There is a Jamaican woman that is very significant, and her last name is Myrie, and she is in government. May I tell you, enough Jamaican there here that are in positions of power. And we tend to think like, damn, such a bright mind was able to go so far in somebody else's country. Imagine if Jamaica was set up in a way where we could excel. They could have been those bright minds there. However, her last name is Myrie, and I took a keen notice to it because, Buju Banton name is Myrie as well. And if you know anything about Jamaica, usually Smiths, no matter where you're from, Smiths somehow are all connected. Mackenzies are all connected. Myries are all connected. You know what I say? So I don't know. I just took a liking to that and started reading more into it. So the green light thing, for those of you out there who you think not too tricked, this is also kind of leading into immigration reform, which under the new administration that's coming in, instead of kick them all out, which was under Trump's administration, kick them all out was the agenda. Under the new administration that's coming in, it seems that it's going to be a totally different thing. It is going to be leaning more towards immigration reform. And they spoke about this before, where they wanted those in the dark to come out of hiding. So you don't have to hide no more and worry if you're going to get caught. Come out. One of the ways, because them up on the road anyway, they're working anyway, they're living there anyways. So why keep them in the dark? So what they're going to do is issue these driver's license, and these are issued to people who were never, ever given a social security number. That means that you're there illegally. Everybody here has a social security number that is legal. What they're going to do is issue these driver's license, and when you go to get your driver's license, you have to sign certain papers. These certain papers will say, I was never given a social security number. It says that, which says that I am not here legally. It's not a commercial driver's license, so you can't. People were upset because people were like, so now a illegal immigrant, you're telling me could get a driver's license, a commercial driver's license, and go drive trucks all across the country. Oh, they're going to be transporting dope. Oh, they're going to be the other side went way overboard with it. It's not one of those driver's licenses. There's nothing commercial about it. They can't go use it to run no trucking business or drive no trucks across the country or anything like that. It's going to be a form of an ID as well, and a form of marking you now present here. Because under the immigration reform, it is going to say if you came into the country and you've been here longer than, say, 5 years, then you are eligible to fill out the proper paperwork to get your green card. And under the Obama administration, when they tried to do this but got fought back, it was you would go to the back of the line, right? So there would be no more deport them and make them, and if they want to come back, then they file for themselves from their country and wait the process out. Who are you trying to trick? Who are you trying to trick? The people them know that if they leave, that there's a day ain't never coming back. Not unless they come back illegally again. Very few, if any, people I have heard that were able to leave and come back in short time. And you're talking about people who have been here illegally for years. A lot of them have established families here. See? So this is one of the ploys to bring us out, or bring the people out of the hiding. Come, you don't have to work, live in the shadows anymore. I thought it was funny when not to go into politics too much, but I thought it was funny when Trump administration was so vigorous about pushing them out, but then there are a lot of people who want these people here illegally. And he was one of them. He wants them here illegally. He knows mathematically they don't have the manpower to remove as many illegal immigrants out of the country that is here. See? So, but they want them here illegally. So, and they want to keep them scared. So when it comes time to do a reform for immigration, to bring these people out of hiding, they oppose it. Why? Because backdoor deals can be done. Those people that are in you see the group of 12 Mexican in the big restaurant, them in the back, that's doing all the dishes and clean up the floor and everything. Enough of them people that don't have proper paperwork. These kind of things, all these backdoor things. There was a video out of a group of people that worked for Mr. Trump, and one of them was specifically his nanny inside his house. And she was able to say, yes, she has the passwords for the gate to the property. She has the passwords for all the doors that have combinations inside the house. She knows where everything is at. This is somebody, I play with his grandkids and all that. She could barely speak English. She's been illegal for decades, okay? And she's been here. They can use them. They can abuse them. They can keep them in fear. The same things that happen to the people who I tell people all the time, if y'all come a foreign and y'all going to run off or be illegal, prepare to suffer. One or two might not suffer, but people are going to take advantage of you, to include your family members. So all the things that they do, whether it's sexual molestation, whatever they do to these people, there are a group of people out there that enjoys that. They make a lot of money from the cheap labor, and these people are expendable to them because they're here in the millions. So what if you don't want to do it for $3 an hour? There are 100 more of you lined up out the door. Get the hell out. Come on in. And they keep it going like that and run their multi-billion-dollar businesses like that. So this is a good look for the green light law in New York. So spread this around, because in the article, they actually asked for us to spread this information around throughout your community. Some people are in deep hiding. You would literally pass them and think, them good man, a years been know him straight, and he's not, right? Spread it around. Let them know. Come out of the hiding, go get your green card. Now, of course, people are going to be skeptical, because some people are saying, it's a trap. It's a trap. So when we go get that now you will have me documented as where I live and all this. And I'm out here driving. Next thing I know, ICE swoop down on me, pick me up, and I'm being deported. So is this a trap to get us deported? Because if it is, people are not going to come out of hiding. And no, it's not a trap, because if it was a trap, then after the first couple of people went through it and were deported, an alarm would go off, and these people would never trust the system again, as in getting immigration reform done. So they would just stay in hiding. Nope, I'm not going, because the last group of people that went, see them there, they got deported. That kind of thing. So they are very well aware of this, and they've addressed that. It's not no trap. Come on out, get documented, and this is a beginning of the process to get you online, to get your things straight. Immediately, changes are being made as so-and-so Orange Man goes out of power and another entity comes in. This is a good look. I feel good about it. All right. I hate seeing people, yes, human exploitation, and I hate seeing it. I hate seeing it. And we have to be an advocate for ourselves and for others like us. Like I said before, enough of we come here under those same circumstances. Either we came here under those circumstances, or somebody else came here under those circumstances and got their things straight and then sent for us. So we came here legally, but somebody paved the way through the whole illegal thing, run and hide thing, work under the table thing, get married to somebody and do something. No, there's something go already thing. So don't spread it. Spread it. That's all I'm saying. Spread it, let the people them know. Say, yeah. Go sign in and get your thing together. All right. May I say a couple of comments here? What is so ironic about living in foreign country? How many Jamaicans got killed there and nobody was arrested for killing those Jamaicans? It is two different laws. Blair Boyd, do me a favor, right? When you forward to my platform and you say things like that, when you say things like this, what is so ironic about living in foreign country? Ironic? I don't think ironic is the word you were trying to use. Maybe what is so amazing? What is so what is the fascination? What is whatever? Okay, how many Jamaicans got killed there and nobody was arrested for killing those Jamaicans? It is two different laws. Okay, check it out. When you make those kind of comments, I want you to actually be ready to just post something, because I like to talk with some knowledge of what I'm talking about. So I want you to like post something that says 100 Jamaicans killed in the last 1 year or 2 years in the US. 5 in New York, 10 in this, 10 in that. None of the murders have been solved or something. Here's the link. .gov or something. Post some kind of credible something like that. What I can tell you though is this. A lot of the Jamaicans that come here and get mixed up in stuff and end up losing their lives, a lot of the times it has a lot to do with their own doing. Their own doing. They came here and they wanted fast money and they wanted a different life. Fast life, stuff they've seen in rap videos and on TV in movies, American movies or shoot 'em up movies or whatever it was that they wanted. They came here and put themselves in that position. There are countless Jamaicans who are here that has never spent a day entangled with the law. And they've been here for decades, okay? And them I live upstanding, upright life and all that. And no run-ins. So let's not be so quick to blame another country for some of the misdeeds of our own people who brought those misdeeds upon themselves. See, we have to take responsibility. Now, if you're going to talk about how much who kill what, I can guarantee you that 1,000 Jamaicans were not killed overseas in all countries combined per year. But you know where that's happening at though? It's happening in Little Jamaica. Over 1,000 citizens every 365 days murdered in that one little country. That is more than every country in the world combined, because Jamaicans are everywhere. And I'm willing to bet that we are probably in every country around the world. If you combine those numbers of how many Jamaicans were killed overseas versus in the country, you will find out that you will see what I said. You'll see what I'm saying. So I would think it's a trap. Yes, a lot of people are thinking it's a trap. Ed Marine Dixon says, at brains and the beat, LOL. You right. People love to talk about what they don't know. Yes, human exploitation, says Jackie. Well, you have Blair. It's 5 minutes. All right, so nope, over 1,500. Yeah, that's I mean that's the numbers. I just say over 1,000 because I've studied the numbers, and well over a decade we've been over 1,000 consistently. The lowest I think we've been is like 1,100 and something. There are times when we even went up to 1,600 and something. See, in 1 year. 1 year. All right. Tell the people if you think it's a trap, don't go. Move with what you believe. If you think it's a trap, don't go. But I am willing to bet that this is not a trap. Okay? Don't say so flow send me. Ask them if it definitely go. I'm gonna end this by saying if you think it's a trap, don't go. Wait for the first wave of people to go. It's just like how we have to do the vaccine, right? We're going to wait for the first couple of people, the first wave, the first countries, the first years, and then we're going to see how the long-term effects turn out. And then we're going to say, yeah, maybe we can't take something that I don't know. Still not take it. Or I'll take it. I'll chance my chances. Because some of us work in the medical field where we're probably going to be required to take that. See, I've worked in facilities before where they said, this shot is not required, that shot is not required. And then I get transferred from that facility to a facility where as soon as I got there, do you have your shots yet? Your so-and-so shot? The last one was the flu shot for me. Do you have your flu shot yet? I said, I've never taken the flu shot. And I don't think I need it. Well, it's mandatory to work at this facility. Well, there I was. And took my flu shot. And I took it for the first time because it was in the middle of a contract. And I could either dishonor the contract and leave, or I could fight it, and leave myself being labeled as someone who don't call that therapist anymore. Don't give him any more contracts. He's very combative. You know them the way already. He's very combative. He's this and that. So I took the flu shot. It didn't do me anything. It didn't make me feel different, how I never felt before, like a small cough and funny throat, and like right after I took it, and I said, this cannot be good because I don't normally feel like this time of the year. But I'm going to take them people here flu shot. I just hope it don't turn into something worse. But I did take the flu shot, and it was made mandatory for that facility. So they have ways that they're going to work it in to where it's going to become mandatory for a lot of us out there. Your child plays sports. They want to play on this team. They want to do them kind of something there. To get to school again, we're requiring this, that. It's going to become mandatory if they want it to be or not. See, people are going to fight it just like they fought all the others, but they worked it in to now, decades later, we're not even thinking about that. Optional versus mandatory, so on and so forth. That's how it's going to go. So anyhow, shout out to the people, man, who are fighting the good fight, struggling, your thing not too straight, and you're under the radar. Shout out to them too, a people them, a better life, a lot of them looking, see? And you just hang in there, hang in there. Stay abreast with updated information, hang in there. Keep your goals, as I transition into this last topic, keep your goals at the forefront of your mind. A lot of you come and lose sight, see, and get caught up. Keep your goals at the forefront of your mind. Remember where you're coming from, why you did this drastic move and all this, all right? And work to better yourself. That's all I can tell you. Moving right along now. Last and not least, this kind of borders on the line of speaking about domestic violence, domestic abuse, something. And I did a show not too long ago where I spoke about, Mr. Some man are so jealous that they'll beat up their women for just looking. If she look on the next man, see? Now it's normal if I catch my wife looking at another man while she's in my presence, I'm gonna be a bit deterred, a bit perturbed. I have a way that I deal with that. If I even sense, and my wife is on here enough, so brains him accuse you, I look upon man when you're there with them and all this. I'm not accusing her of anything. Get that, let's get that out the way. See it? I'm saying, if I'm walking with her and I sense that she get a brother there 1, 2, 3 glance, like in my presence kind of thing, then if him look so good, I'm gonna move out of the way and give her time to go steer. I'm not that insecure, because I know when I go around the corner, I can find something good to look at, and they're gonna be looking back at me as well. See? So I'm not that insecure. So what I do is, this is a coping mechanism for someone, a big bully, dunce, idiot man that feel like you could beat up people, girl picnic for stuff like that. Walk away, go to the other side of the store, something in there, some eye candy in there for you. Take your mind off what she's doing. Leave her alone. She's human. Let her look. Nobody out here don't with sight don't see anything that look good and then don't want to look on it. You understand? Of course, it's out of respect to your partner. You don't like undress somebody in their presence or even give them too much 1, 2, 1, 2 and eye contact and make them feel like who you're with is Like, I could take her man. You know, one girl sit down over there said she can't take away your man because the way your man undress her with them eyes in your presence, them thing that will get people cross, miserable and angry like bounty killer. See? I had a phone call come in yesterday, and I never take WhatsApp calls from people when them want to do live, show them face and thing, because I don't know who you are. Why are we FaceTiming? And to be honest, the last time I did that is a big Virginia come on the screen. Like, she spread it out and thing, and then she go off, and somebody say, I started texting the person. I said, what was that? And why you sent that to me? And the person said, I also flow me just try have some fun in the day. I'm at home alone and this and that. She has scratching mic and everything. Okay. And I clicked it off. But then I was like, somebody trying to set me up. So we click it off. But I investigated and that's what it was. See? She tried me. I say, yo, you don't know already. So I'm married and you know who my wife is. So me not try to do nothing for cause no embarrassment on myself and on my wife, because you know people face them thing, and next thing you know, a full video is out there of you enjoying yourself with somebody else. And so me not set up myself. Plus, I don't want anybody to look at my wife and think, yeah, look on our hype over man, and that's your man that the whole of we can share him. No, okay. There's levels to my thing. And the way how me carry my thing is this. You're not gonna have nothing to say through me about my spouse. See? So no running. So yesterday the phone call came in. I took the phone call. And when I took the phone call, her eye spoke to me first before she said anything. See? And she started telling her story, and she was like, should they first I asked her if she's somewhere safe, because at least if somebody walked past the background. I asked if you're somewhere safe, and she said yes. She at her family house, saying she there with her parents' house or whatever. In their relationship, they have decided along constructive lines to go do counseling and anger management and all this, and she's gonna stay at her parents' house for at least a month before, if she decides to move back. That's all. So her story was exactly that story. See, exactly that story, and they've been married for 2 years. I don't know who it is. Her story is exactly that story. It's look, she was looking, and she said she wasn't really looking, but he that kind of person. All right. And I've seen it. I've been in the grocery store before and I saw it. I hear the man say, you wasn't looking at that ninja. And she was like, I wasn't looking at nobody. There you. All right. Wait till we get to the house. I'm like, I gotta go home, I'm gonna take beating because she looked past somebody. Now, I don't know about y'all, but these are the kind of men that y'all choose to be with. You have an issue with yourself. See? But it wasn't funny yesterday, but it was reaffirming for me that I've seen this happen before. There are some men out there that are jealous as hell. And if she even look like shit, what do y'all want them to do? Like, let's be for real. What do y'all want them to do? Because I can tell you this. No heterosexual man is going to walk around in public and him say what we call eye candy and him not glance the thing. Even if him there with you, him gonna give one of them there. Saying, but my head stay straight. Yeah, and that's out of respect. Don't you think they do the same thing? They do the same thing. So what you beat up the woman for? What are you beating her up for? This man punched her in her eye. Her eyes like Otessa. See? And I asked if this was like, you get beaten all the time from him, and the first time she did this, she said this is the first time he ever beat her or thump her like that. The first time. Me not to believe that. Because if you've been married, if you've been with somebody for 2 years, and somewhere out the blue after 2 years, this kind of abuse usually have a build-up. It usually have a follow-up. See? He was grabbing you and shaking you before, and then I'd choke you before. Some don't like the choke thing anyway. So when them choking, it's like, choke me harder. But the man confused him, don't know if she playing or she for real. I kill me, I try to kill you again. And she's like, whatever. It usually leads up in my book. Tell me if I'm wrong. It usually leads up. I don't think you with somebody for 2 years and then out of the blue, or you that look past somebody and thump you in your eye just so. I think she's probably been abused before by the same person. But if y'all decide to stay in these kind of abusive relationships, then please remember that you are risking your life, because somebody that beats you, hit you, strangle you against your approval, because strangling I go on now, you know. But if it's against your approval, then run. Fast as you can, run. Okay? If you decide to stay, you're putting yourself at risk. In this particular case, may I talk to the man them now? You don't own nobody's daughter, brother. You don't own nobody's daughter. You definitely don't control where she looks. That level of control is psychotic. Literally psychotic. That is why if I feel jealousy, you have to be open enough to talk about these things. You have to be mature enough to talk about these things and secured in yourself enough to talk about these things. If I feel jealousy because I see my wife eyes going somewhere else past some other brother, I walk away. I go find a corner. I go find some eye candy for myself. Yeah. Taz Tizzle? Yo, Taz Tizzle always on it, man. My wife says Taz Tizzle just donated $20 and I didn't shout them out. No. Manners and respect, and thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right. My bad. I'm caught up in this, plus we're about to get out of here, but I appreciate you so much. Thank you. You don't want nobody's daughter. Okay? And the level of control when you want to control where someone looks, that's dangerous. I would never want to be with somebody like that. That tell me so you would kill me. Because if you beaten me because of where I looked, imagine what you would do to me if you think that I actually went somewhere and did something. Women, the red flags are always there. Okay? They're always there. And I don't know why no fun excuse them. Some of them boy, I don't know if I can't call you a man until you mend those ways. Yeah? It takes a real man to actually deal with. See, you see, there's another thing too. Our women them are spicy. They are. But women in general are just different from men. Period. But our women are spicy. Spicy as in attitude, spicy as in everything spicy come with them. Spicy. So if you're not ready to deal with that spicy there, then you might need to go somewhere else or just lay low for a while and be by yourself. All right? You can't want to beat a woman because of where she look. If you're that insecure with yourself, you need to work on you before you even get into a relationship. You see? And when I saw her eye yesterday, man, I was like, holy she said, I would have put some makeup on it to hide it, but it's the eye me come to talk about, so she didn't put no makeup, she didn't try to hide it or nothing. Me not take them lick there from nobody. And if a boy lick on any of my daughter them like that, I mash up the whole place. Understand? I'm not taking no lick like that from nobody, and I'm not advising you to take no lick like that from nobody either. But if I'm gonna put hands on you because of where you're looking, then you need to leave. All right? She decided to leave temporarily because she got in a family house, and I asked about like work it out versus leaving. She said something about marriage counseling and anger management counseling and them something there. Do you think you're fighting for your marriage? Or you're married, you must know why you want to fight for it. Me just don't feel like I want to be married to, and I wouldn't encourage any woman to be married to a man that can actually look at your pretty face. You are pretty to him. That's why he was attracted to you in the first place. Because none of us look at each other from across the street and say, damn, her brain is intelligent as hell. I'm gonna talk to her. No, they looked at you and the aesthetics from the outside looked good. See? So a man could just look, that same man can look at you and like damage that purposely. Me gone. If I was a woman, me gone. From matter of fact, from the minute you talk too loud and your body start look like it can, you'll be calling me from somewhere far. Where you at? Why? I'm in another state. Why? Why'd you leave? You look like you were going to hit me. Me now wait for you lick me. I'm giving y'all advice. Me now wait for you lick me. You look like you were going to. See? If him look like him, I gonna do it cut. Don't stay there and wait for him to practice how him gonna do it, and then one day him actually land one good one. Like he been practicing. You saw it. You seen it. But you just choose to ignore. I lick the boy, I gonna lick me? No, I don't think he's gonna lick me. Him can't do it. Wait, him look like him gonna lick me again. Every time we argue him, and then you wait till the day come where I lick the boy. Him lick me. The flags are there. Pay attention. Don't take no beating from no boy. No real man is gonna beat you, by the way. Don't take no beating from no boy. Maybe you have to fix up yourself, ladies. Here, so. Because a lot of the times it has to do with your choices. See? And someone will go from one man will beating you to a next man will strangling you against on the will to a next man will want to throw you off a balcony 12th floor up. I don't know, and you keep choosing like the same kind. So that's why I promote that thing where I said, don't just go from relationship to relationship to relationship. You need time to purge. You need time to break soul ties. And you need time to find yourself and develop real love for self. Because you see, when you love yourself, people can't take certain liberties with you. You understand? And you won't sit around and take it. You know what you're worth. You love you. And you know how to love. And you know how to receive love. And you know how to tell the difference between love and abuse. You have to take time to find them things that in yourself. All right? We're going to leave it here this morning. The sister says she's safe. They're working it out. I wish them all the best. But I would have tell her to run. Because I think more is going to come. And I've seen this pattern. Oh, baby, I love you so much. I won't do it again. I don't know what came over me. And then a couple of weeks later, the next eye block up again. Damn, I did it again, man. I have to control myself, you know. So I think when they start throwing hands, if they pretend like they're going to throw hands, it's time to go. If they actually throw hands, it's definitely time to go. Yeah? Let's stay there and crop up the man doing it. I'll fight him. And let it be one of those where he's actually trying to defend his eyes from being clawed out, and you get thumping at your eye like that. Don't do that either, because someone will do that too. Me not care, me no business. And the man, they try to defend him face and thump you in your eye accidentally. So know yourself. All right, know yourself. Your life is at risk in those kind of relationships. May I left it right there, so. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks to all the people that donated something this morning. I appreciate you so much. Manners and respect. For those of you who don't donate, that's cool. All I ask is that you hit the thumbs up button every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Somebody told me that SoFlo, when you're asking them to hit the thumbs up button, it doesn't show on the live. It actually shows on the real video. So if that's all you can do, then I appreciate that greatly as well. So just hit the thumbs up button. Let me know that you're here. You appreciate the morning show. Vibes up your day. And send you out into the world on a good note. All right? Stay prayed up for those of you who pray. Blessings to each and every one of you. And I wish good for you as much as I wish the same good for myself. We got some things going on behind the scenes, which we're probably going to show later. We're trying to make some big moves, but we're not talking about it till later when it manifests. All right? Bless up. Kai not here this morning. Kai's in the room. I can actually hear him on the other side of the house. So I'm going to go join them now and start my day as daddy. Bless up, people. I'm out. Peace.